If you don't have cable, then watching college wrestling can be a real pain in the butt, figuring out where to watch your favorite teams, your favorite matches. So I'm going to make this as easy as possible for you to understand where to watch your favorite D1 teams this season. I'll also make sure you stick around until the end of the video where I share a free way to watch your favorite matches. So let's jump into the essential streaming services that you need to watch college wrestling this season. This is ESPN+, FloWrestling, the Big Ten+, also Rokfin and Hulu Live. These are services that I'm using myself to watch college wrestling this season. Now, I know a couple of these have a hefty price tag, so I'm going to dive into each one of these services, what college wrestling matches and tournaments that they're actually offering this season, so you really understand what services that you personally need to watch your favorite teams. I also want to let you know that links to everything are down in the description below. That'll take you right to each service to subscribe to them. And if you do click on them, that actually does help to support the channel in a financial way at no additional cost to you. So the streaming basics that you need to know is that FloWrestling is one of the first big services that you need to actually know about. This is $150 per year. And yes, I understand that is a hefty price tag. They advertise it as $12.50 a month, but you're paying that all up front at $150. Now, what you're going to get this season just in college wrestling are 30-plus college wrestling matches. These are mostly in the Big 12. This is Iowa State, Northern Colorado, Wyoming, as well as a few other teams. You're also going to get Drexel, who's in the EIWA, Edinburgh, and the MAC. Now, they're not streaming all of their matches, but mostly just their home matches that you're going to be able to watch and stream. On top of that, and this is one of the main exciting reasons that I'm subscribed to FloWrestling now, is for the Bout at the Ballpark, Oklahoma State and Iowa. That dual meet will be happening on FloWrestling. This is only happening in Austin, Texas, and you're going to be able to watch that on FloWrestling. You're also going to see USA versus Iran. That's happening in the same event at the Bout at the Ballpark. And then tournaments like Cliff Keen, Reno Tournament Champions, Southern Scuffle. A lot of exciting tournaments that are actually happening on FloWrestling this year is one of the big reasons to subscribe. On top of that, not just the events, you're also going to get high school events. You're going to get the entire Flow Film library, Technique, and other Flow Wrestling entities all on the site for that $150 price point. This is the wrestling fans' really dream. If you are a college wrestling fan, then this is something that you want to jump into. And if that's not something, you don't want to pay that full price tag, then you can be updated for free by just subscribing to Fanco Wrestling. I do new wrestling videos every Tuesday and Thursday with wrestling headlines also on Monday that you can be updated for free. But what about ESPN Plus? ESPN Plus you can get for $6.99 a month. So yeah, that's a little bit better of a price, and you're actually going to get quite a bit with that. And I do say, yeah, I do have a graphic up here of the bundle deals that they have with Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus that you can get for a better value that you may be actually interested in something like that. But as far as what events are on ESPN Plus this season, for the most part, the EIWA, the ACC, the MAC, the SoCon, and some Big 12 are all on ESPN Plus. Now listen, there are some caveats to that, and I want to make sure that you understand. So not every duel in those conferences is going to be on ESPN Plus. Most of the home duels are, and some of them, like on the ACC network, if there's a duel on the ACC network, and I'll show you which ones are on the ACC network, those aren't going to be on ESPN Plus. You may get some of the replays on ESPN Plus, but the great thing about ESPN Plus is that it's showing some of the underperforming or smaller sports than college football or college basketball, but you are getting wrestling and a huge wrestling library of events, and it seems like more and more teams are going that ESPN Plus route, and this is something that I would recommend. Now, another newer kind of service is the Big Ten Plus. This is $69.99 per season. Prices vary depending on a few different things. They actually have a couple of different packages, meaning you can get a package for their full package, which I think is over $100, where you can watch all Big Ten sports, everything. If you're just a wrestling fan, though, like I would just suggest getting the wrestling season pass for $69. They also have, if you just like following one school, if you're just a Rutgers fan or just a Penn State fan or just an Iowa fan, you can get all sports from that school for a packaged price as well. So you can check that out on their website. But what's in the Big Ten Plus? Why is this any different from the Big Ten Network? Listen, you're not going to get Iowa versus Penn State. You're not going to get Michigan versus Penn State or Ohio State versus Iowa. Those primetime duels, I'll show you what's showing on the Big Ten Network. You're not going to get those prime duels, but you will get those replays. You also will get teams live that aren't on the Big Ten Network. For example, Rutgers has only one duel this year on the Big Ten Network, and I believe that's against Maryland. If you want the rest of the Rutgers home schedule, home duels, you're going to have to subscribe to Big Ten Plus to watch those live. You'll also get the replay. So if you're okay with like waiting a day to watch a full college wrestling duel, then yeah, I would recommend that. The other thing is Rokfin. For $9.99 a month, Rokfin, you're going to get quite a bit of wrestling content. There's not as much like live college wrestling, but there are the national collegiate duels where you have 12 of the top contending teams going at it against each other December 20th and 21st. That'll be live on Rokfin, as well as many high school wrestling events and some live freestyle events like Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, cars that have happened in the past. Clarion and Appalachian State are also streaming their matches on Rokfin. And I'll tell you about some of the events on cable and how you can watch some of these matches for free. But if you're looking for like a full, entire, in-depth article on everything that you need to know about college wrestling and every single team, like if you're following a specific team, that is in an article on FancoWrestling.com. It's tough to list it in them all in a video, but I did want to let you know about that. As far as cable, if you have cable, great. You're going to get a lot of wrestling matches this season. For example, at ACC Network on cable, which is airing Virginia Tech and NC State, UNC at Virginia, Duke at Virginia Tech, NC State at Pitt, UNC at NC State. So a lot of, I mean, I shouldn't say a lot, 5 duels over 5 Fridays you're going to get. It's great to see all 6 teams represented there in the ACC. The other duels will be on the ACC Network Extra, which is ESPN Plus, so you're going to want to subscribe to ESPN Plus if you want the rest of those matches. As far as the Big Ten, some other matches you're going to get on cable: Minnesota at Iowa, Michigan at Ohio State, Penn State at Michigan, Iowa at Ohio State. And you may be wondering, like, what the heck do I do if I don't have cable? Like, and I want to watch these matches. Here's your options. 2 options. 1, Hulu Live. 2, YouTube TV. With each of these services, Hulu Live or YouTube TV, you will actually get these cable channels. This is around the $65 price point per month, and you can cancel at any time, but you're going to get the Big Ten Network, the ACC Network, and ESPN. If you don't want to watch throughout the entire season, a great time to get this would probably be February, March, so you can at least get the conference championships and the NCAA championships, which are on ESPN, so you can watch those live and then like maybe cancel after that. But that's just my kind of suggestion to you. As far as like how do you watch college wrestling for free, there are a couple of options. And the one main one, I mean, you can follow on social media channels and things. The biggest place you can watch wrestling live is on YouTube, where a lot of these channels, like the Big Ten Network, the NCAA Championships, the Get Some Action, Pac-12, Big 12, they all actually upload their matches to YouTube to watch for free. You're not going to get them all live, but you can actually watch the replays like the next day or a couple days later. So if you're okay with waiting, that may be the way to go about it. I will also personally share updates here on the Fanco Wrestling channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Monday. You have wrestling headlines. Now, for a more in-depth review on how to watch every single team, I recommend that you do check out this full article where you can check that out. Or again, links to everything are down in the description below.